When there are allegations of child sexual assault, it requires the response by law of a lot of different people. There are folks that have to make sure that that child is safe at home and being properly cared for. Then there are folks to decide if a crime had been committed. It's important that the experience for the child is as trauma-informed as possible. And one of the best responsibilities I have is going and telling people about this great work and saying it costs money. And so we happily meet with our legislators either on a state level or a federal level and say this response is second to none and it deserves a strong investment from the Commonwealth. So MACA is in a great position to promote the best interventions to stop abuse and to put children on the road to recovery and a great life. One of the ways that we do that is to make sure that we are keeping that latest and evidence-based work at the fingertips of those doing work in the field. We feel that in order to really address child abuse, we have to make it everyone's problem. It is a critical topic for everyone to be aware of. And so when we talk about children's advocacy centers with the general community, I often say that phrase, it's the emergency room that you want state-of-the-art care in your neighborhood, accessible, that you hope you don't have to access. Healing of children is everyone's responsibility. And I hope that it doesn't affect individuals, but when it does, we know that it takes everyone to not only identify child abuse when they see it, but be part of the conversations to stop it. There are many ways that folks can support the work. It is important that folks show their support through money, that you make a donation to the Massachusetts Children's Alliance or your local Children's Advocacy Center, because that money is going to be very, very well spent. All of our centers operate off grants, and those grants can run dry. We often find that the funding that goes to the CACs, or the Children's Advocacy Centers, is spent to the dime. And that doesn't leave folks a lot of wiggle room to expand programming, to make sure that they're able to provide the other things that go along with a child-informed response. Making sure that the house or the facility is properly cared for, so that their work is well funded and they don't necessarily have to worry that their grant isn't going to fund all of the work for the year. Some people are in a really well-resourced part of the state, others aren't. So with that support, you're supporting our work to help the whole landscape of children's advocacy centers. And that allows us to maybe sit down with that center and strategize with them. Talk about a way of envisioning your center in 5 years. What do you need to do that work? So an investment in Mass Children's Alliance ensures that we're available for centers across the state and that we're able to fine-tune the work that we do with them depending on what their need is. I feel particularly privileged to be able to see our work come to fruition. Talk about ideas, or to see ideas that were floated a decade ago actually being turned into practice, turned into the way we respond. And for me, that shows that hardworking people, dedicated people actually can make things happen, not just in the moment, but changing the culture in our state, changing the way we respond to children, being able to capture those what ifs, I wishes, and making them happen.